Hello all, this is Damini, co-founder of Remix Scholars. I welcome you to the 26th episode of our web series Loanflix Season 2. For those of you who are new to this channel, let me tell you, Loanflix is a web series which covers each and every detail of an education loan, right from the process to the eligibility, loan disbursement, loan repayment, each and everything. And Loanflix is an initiative of VMix Scholars. VMix Scholars is an organization which is funded and supported by the Ministry of IT, Government of India, and its sole purpose is to help students like you get funds for your studies. And let me make it very clear, all the services of VMix Scholars are completely free of cost. Now, for those of you who have directly landed on this video and haven't checked Season 1, I encourage you to watch that first, because in Season 1 we have discussed basic level topics, but in Season 2 we are making little advanced level topics. So if your basics are not clear, you may not understand these videos. So do watch that first. The link for the same is given above. When you're applying for a student visa, proving that you have enough funds is one of the most crucial elements. Now, most of the students, they either rely on their family funds or in the form of external funding like education loan. So about 70% of the students are looking for education loan sanction to prove the embassy that they have got enough funds. So hence it is very important for every student to know how and when to show the funds in the rightmost way to make the most of this, and also to improve the chances of visa success. So this video is specifically made for those who are planning to study in Canada. Canadian government is very particular about the funds part on your visa application, especially if you are applying for the study permit under the SDS program, which is Student Direct Stream program. Yeah, so please watch this video carefully and make notes wherever required so that you don't miss on any of the crucial elements. So let's start this video, but before that, if you're liking these videos and if you're appreciating the idea of Loanflix videos, then do subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to get regular updates. Similar to embassies of other popular study abroad destinations, even Canadian government is skeptical about the part that students come to their country for the purpose of study, but after they land, they shift their interest towards part-time jobs to arrange money for their living expenses. Yeah, so hence Canadian government requires you to transfer 1 year of your living expenses to a Canadian bank account even before you apply for the visa. Yeah, so this is called as GIC, which is Guaranteed Investment Certificate. So in some time in this video, I'll tell you what kind of issues students face while getting money for the GIC from their bank loan. So let us first talk about what kind of loans you can actually apply for or you are actually eligible for when you are planning to study in Canada. So for Canada, you are eligible for both secured and unsecured loans. So the unsecured loan limits are generally between 20 lakhs to 40 lakhs, depending on your academic profile, your co-applicant's income profile, and also whether you're going to a Canadian college or to a Canadian university, because the limits are generally higher for Canadian universities. Yeah. So if you're looking for an unsecured loan, then you must watch the 3rd episode of Season 1 of Loanflix, because in that I have spoken about unsecured loans in detail, as in the rate of interest, the eligibility criteria, etc. So the link to that video is given above. On the other hand, if you're looking for a secured loan, you need to know that secured loans generally do not have a top limit, because for secured loans you'll be providing a collateral, so the loan limit kind of depends on the security value. So that's it. And one more important thing is, generally secured loans are cheaper than the unsecured loans. So it'll be like mostly 2% cheaper. So if you have any questions till here, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll definitely get back. So once you've got your admit, the next thing you need to do is create GIC. For that you need about 10,000 Canadian dollars. Plus there will be a processing fee for GIC, which is approximately 150 to 200 Canadian dollars. So approximately 10,200 in total, which is close to 6 lakh rupees in Indian currency. So this is the money you would require upfront. Plus in addition to this, you would also need to pay your first year or first semester fee, which is on an average, if I take Canadian colleges or university, the average is around 8 lakh rupees. So please make sure that if you're self-funding, you have approximately 14 lakhs ready with you to create GIC and to pay the fees. In addition to this, if your course is longer than 1 year, you would also need to show some sort of reserves or some source of funds to cover the cost of future years. Otherwise, if you're taking a loan, so once your loan is sanctioned, bank will be able to disburse you money for the GIC and also for the tuition fee. So for GIC, bank can give you money in your account or directly to the bank where you are creating GIC. For the tuition fee purpose, you would have to provide your university bank account details, and then the loan providing bank will do the wire transfer to the university. So once GIC is done, you will get an online certificate for the same, and once the tuition fee is paid, the university will give you a tuition fees receipt. So you need both of these documents before filing for your visa. So once you have these both the documents, you can start your visa application and then submit the file to VFS Global after taking an appointment. Now, taking this money from your loan before visa is called as pre-visa disbursement, and most of the bank branches will deny doing it. They'll be like, what if we release the money and then your visa gets rejected? How are we going to recover our money? Blah, blah, blah. So avoid such issues by applying for your loan via VMake Scholars itself, because your financial officer will be able to talk to the bank branch in case, they create such problems, and they will make sure, the financial officer will make sure that you have a smooth processing with the bank. So you can get in touch with our team by requesting a call back using the link given above. So you should apply for your loan after you get your admit, or sometimes even before you get your admit, you should start the process. So as I've told you in my previous videos also, the loan process even from a government bank will not take more than 20 to 25 working days post document submission. But you should keep a buffer of at least 1.5 months, because what I've seen is in most of the cases, there'll be at least one legal document missing, and arranging that itself will take about 15 to 20 days. So please make sure that you have at least 1.5 months kept for this process. So now once you get your loan sanctioned, after that you need to do something called as mortgage creation, which will take about 2 to 3 days. Only then your loan can be disbursed. So now once your loan is ready to be disbursed and it gets disbursed, then your GIC will take about 2 to 3 days to complete. And then Canadian visa process is about 6 to 8 weeks process. So please plan accordingly. That's it, guys. I hope I have covered everything in terms of financial aspects for Canada, as in what is required for GIC, what is required for visa. I hope you have the complete information. If there is anything you feel I have missed in this video, then please put it in the comments and I'll make sure I cover it in my further videos. And then you should speak to your financial officer. If you haven't been assigned one yet, then you can request a call back using the link above. Your financial officer will be able to assist you end to end with the entire loan process. They will act as a guide and make sure that you have a smooth process. You don't have to face issues with the banks and things like that. And please note that all the services of VMake Scholars, all the services which financial officers are going to provide you, that is completely free. VMake Scholars is funded and supported by the Ministry of IT, Government of India. That's it for this video. If you want to suggest me any further topics which you want me to cover, please mention it in the comments and I'll pick it up. Do subscribe to our channel if you find these videos useful. Please hit the like button and share it with your friends who are accompanying you to study in Canada. Stay tuned. See you in my next video.
Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon to never miss any updates from us.